Well, hello, hello, hello. It is time for a Country Mama Quickie. How is everybody doing tonight? It is cold here in Iowa, and I almost didn't do this tonight. I was going to go ahead and cancel because we had a channel scheduled to be with us tonight for a quickie, and I've not heard from them. I've emailed several times. I've not heard back. It was inevitable when you scheduled that far out in advance. Probably scheduled this back in October, and then you reach out and say, "Hey, we've got a cookie. We have a quickie scheduled. Can you write me back?" And then I don't hear from anybody. So I've written several times and I never heard back from anybody. So I thought what I would do is I would just go ahead and schedule this as a quickie, and we'll just have it as an open panel. We'll give everybody a few minutes to see if anybody comes up. I might answer some of these questions by myself. You know, when you can't count on people to be there for a quickie, sometimes you just got to do the quickie by yourself. We all know about that. Did I say that? I did. I thought if nobody shows up, I would just spend a little time maybe answering some of these questions myself. I'll also drop the link. Hello, somebody's popped in. I'll drop the link and see if anybody wants to come up, and we can do a rapid fire chit chat back and forth. I have my hat on because it is cold. I think, hello, Denise, do you want to come on up and you want to do a quickie and answer a couple of questions? Hello, Lynette. I'm going to drop the link. I had a guest scheduled for tonight, but I've not heard back from them. And so instead of canceling, I just went ahead and scheduled this live anyways. And I thought, we'll just do it as an open panel. We'll do a little rapid fire and we'll go from there. So what I'm going to do, and I don't have my glasses on, so things are a little blurry to me this morning. I'm so tired. Let me tell you before we go live, before I share the link, let me tell you what happened. I was filming something today for the podcast Round the Hay Bale, and Casey wanted us to all give him a little video clip so he could put together a really cute little short for us. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun? And we were all just supposed to say a certain word. And I thought, well, I'll stand out here in the snow and I'll do it. And I'll stand out there and I'll do something. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I just fell backwards into the snow and said, hey, I don't fall gracefully into the snow to make snow angels anymore. I am not 20 anymore. So I started to fall, but I leaned forward thinking I would maybe not fall flat on my back. I'd fall on my backside. And when I fell on my backside, I just hit with a thud, even though it was in about, I don't know, 12, 18 inches of snow. I didn't land softly. So I've had a headache all day. I'm just a little stiff. I'm a little sore. So I almost canceled. And I've got just a tiniest little bit of headache. But let me see if I can. Hello, hello. Copied to the clipboard. Let's see if I could drop the link, and let's see if anybody wants to come up for one or two questions. I've been shuffling. So there's the link, guys. I don't have a guest tonight for my quickie. So if somebody wants to come up while I'm shuffling the cards, I will bring you up and I will ask you the first question I come to. So other than that, I hope everybody's been having a good week. Grace and Fire and Lynette and Denise and Gwen is here. And I'm just kind of keeping it quiet here in the house tonight. I'm shuffling. I'm going to pick up the first one here. Nobody's up with me yet, but let me read the first question and I'll answer it for myself. A little bit of self-love quickie tonight. Ooh, my table's moving. Are you reading anything interesting at the moment? I am reading something interesting at the moment. It's right here. Let me grab it. You know, when you drive through little neighborhoods and they have the little libraries, and it's just like almost like a birdhouse. And you open it up and there's little books in there. It's like a little community, a little library. I passed by one several months ago and I started reading this book. I don't even know if I have it marked to where I'm at because it's been a little while since I picked it up. I am almost to chapter 11. It's called 16 Brides. And this is a book about women from the East Coast back in the 1800s. and they've become widows or they're spinsters or for some reason, whatever reason. Hello, Nisi. I can't stay tonight, going to bed to try to get some sleep if I can. I smashed the thumbs up. Love you, Alicia. Thank you, Nisi. Hey, when you're feeling better, Nisi, I wanted to see if you would like to test a pattern for me. We'll talk. I was going to wait until you were feeling better. So we're going to do that. Lynette's reading the chat. That's what she's reading. That's interesting. So get some rest, Nisi. These ladies, they meet up with a promoter who tells the women, hey, you guys will, I think it's for a very small fee, we'll pay your passage by train to the Midwest, the new horizon. And there's going to be a piece of property for you and a homestead. And this is a new life for you. And if you just pay I think it was $10 or $20 or something, we'll take care of everything. You'll have everything when you get there. Well, what these women don't realize is once they're on the train and they're, out of civilized East Coast to the barren Midwest, wild, wild West, they're pretty much stuck. And what they did not know is that once they arrive at their location, they're basically just kind of like they've been sold into being a bride, right? So there are these 16 women that are brides in this rough and tumble, yucky place that they're deposited into, and the men are just horrible. And it's about how they kind of change things. I'm at the stage right now where they're changing things and kind of deciding their own destiny. So hello, Danny. I'm in, but not actually listening yet. Just leaving job number 2. Will be active in a few. Hello, Yossi. I think if we read that book, hello, Laquita. Always add our CDs to the little library near us and they disappear fast. Yes. Yes. So that's the book I'm reading. I haven't read it in a little while. And I think I know now why I stopped reading it. I was reading it and I was really enjoying it. But the words were blurry, just like the words are blurry right now when I look up here on the screen. And I think it's because I was in the beginning stages of the diabetes. Oh, look, we've got the girly coming in.
Hey!
Hello, welcome.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for popping in. Look, we've chatted and chatted and chatted all these times, and we've never had the chance to talk. Do I look like a burn patient?
No, you look beautiful.
I just realized it looks like I've got like a head wound or something going on.
No, you look gorgeous.
Are you ready for a quickie question?
I am.
Because this is just going to kind of be open chat quickie question.
All right.
Should have said I've read that book. Oh, you've read that book? When? Don't tell me how it ends. Don't tell me how it ends. Okay. What is the strangest thing you know way too much about?
Oh, the strangest thing. Gosh, that's a good question. I think my mom would say chickens, but because of chicken poo and
I know one thing you know way too much about.
What would you say?
Target prairie dresses.
Target prairie dresses, yes. And how to have fun in them, because I bought the Target dress to do the Target dress challenge.
I need to find one. I need to find one and just do that. I think instead of holding a chicken, though, I'll see if I can catch one of my guineas, because they have a face that only a mother could love. And I would love to I think I'd love to do a photo shoot with a guinea.
Oh, I think that would be so much fun.
I don't know that I can catch them, though. Their beaks scare me.
Oh, well, they're cute. I want to hold one day. That's like on my bucket list. I just held a rooster for the first time not too long ago. I don't own roosters. So my neighbor does. And so I was like, I'm like, now I want to hold a new guinea. So that's like on my bucket list.
They're pretty neat. They're pretty neat. Lakita says the Target prairie dress. Yes, the Target prairie dress. DeGirly has done a photo shoot with her chicken in one. And we've had this discussion because her mother can't stand those dresses.
No, and on a funny note, I sent her a TikTok. Somebody had gone in and now they have I love crocheting. My mother can crochet, so we're not nothing bad. We love our crochet. But now that you can buy crocheted shirts in Target, and so now you get your Target dress, and now you get your crocheted shirts, and then they have these quilted, like the wedding quilt shirts now at
Yeah.
Target. I'm like, yeah, it's high fashion at Target, and you can go to the little girl section and buy cute little clothes, no
It's
problem.
like they've gone bohemian or something.
Yeah, yeah. So I sent that to my mother and I said, "Love your favorite daughter."
Hello, Roberta. Hello. Yossi says, I love guineas. I need to put my glasses on. That's not what I thought that said. Apologies, guys. I can't read. Are you reading anything interesting? I'm just going to keep calling you the girly.
No, I'm not a huge reader. I'm kind of an oddball in my family. So I encouraged my kids to read, but I am not a huge reader, I have to admit. I like how-to manuals and that kind of thing. I'm kind of
Yeah.
boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
IKEA furniture instructions.
Yeah, very much so. How to build furniture.
Right.
I'm looking at some things. My son got married recently, and he called me and said, "Mom, I need help building a kitchen table, and I've got a few things in my head, how we're going to do this summer." So I'm looking at building plans to
Oh, that'll
help
be
him build his
fun.
table. Yeah, yeah.
We did
So
that once. We did that once. I'm always doing something like that to poor Papa Jim.
well, I built my with my husband, of course, our headboard, footboard, and side rails. It's a king size bed, and it's for an adjustable bed. So I had
Mhm.
to adjust the plans, and when I got done with it, I couldn't lift it. I have two really big grown boys, and they had to help us move it into the bedroom. There was no way I could move it. I could build it, but I couldn't move it.
Right? I usually come up with the plans and then I instruct somebody on how to build it. I built my boys a really good set of like captain's beds when they were little, how the one bunk bed on top and the other one slides under funny at an angle, and did all
Oh
kinds of neat stuff for
yeah.
them and did the whole room for them. But and I actually built that one. That one I did pretty good on. Do you read crochet patterns?
I learned to do that about, oh gosh, about 15 years ago. And I think I could do it again. I haven't done it recently, but I learned to crochet by my grandmother when I was a real little girl, but just how to do it and the
Mhm.
different stitches. But I never knew how to read a pattern. And many, many years ago, I was a Girl Scout leader. And one of the things that we had to teach our, well, didn't have to, but one of the badges that the girls wanted to learn had to do with sewing and crocheting and things like that. And I couldn't read it. So I knew somebody that knew how to read crocheting patterns. And so she actually taught all of us. And so
Oh,
I
nice.
learned to read, yeah, as a leader. And I think I can do it. I think
I think you can. I think you
yeah.
can do that. I'm going to send you, when I get done um, perfecting one of my patterns that I'm working on, I'll send it to you just for fun.
Okay. That would be
You don't
fun.
have to buy it. I'll send it to you.
Oh, that would be
Um,
awesome.
Lakita says, I tell all my daughters they're the favorite. Oh, hello, Brenda. And hello, Mike from Marino's Mysteries. Good to see you at Roberta's. Carrie and Laquita Marie. Oh gosh, got lots of people in here. So let's see. Let's go to another question.
All right.
And I don't know if you heard earlier, but I had a fall today, a
Oh
self
no.
a self-induced boo-boo. So I'm just kind of quiet tonight. I'm not my usual self because I'm in a little bit of pain. Not a lot.
Oh no.
It-
Is that why you said you had a headache?
yeah, I've got a little bit of a headache. Like the
Oh.
light's bothering me right now and things are a little blurry, and but my lower back. What it is I tried to fall and make a snow angel in the snow.
Oh.
And
Well,
at 50 something, I just don't fall gracefully anymore.
yeah. When my husband falls, I always tell him maybe I need to invest in bubble wrap. We have them wrapped up, so maybe we'll send you some bubble wrap.
I had this envision. Have you ever seen Grumpy Old Men?
Yes.
And Margaret just falls back into the snow and she starts making a snow angel. And
Yes.
then Jack Lemmon just goes, oh, and he falls back and he starts making a snow angel. And I thought, if they can do it, I can do it. Of course, I'm sure they had
Totally.
stunt doubles, or I'm just really bad off. So I thought I found the thickest spot of snow. Like I said, it must have been, 18 inches of snow.
Oh no.
And it was a big drift. And I thought, I'll just fall back into this drift. And I started to fall back and I realized this is a bad idea. So I tucked forward. So it's like I fell backwards, I fell forwards, I fell backwards.
Oh no.
So instead of falling on my back, I fell like on the small of my back
Oh no.
and my butt, which really just went through that 18 inches of snow like
Ouch.
a knife through butter, a hot knife through butter. And I just went and I hit the ground. And then
Oh my.
I was stuck. And then my dog came up and was looking me in the face and I couldn't get her to get away. And I
Oh
couldn't just sit up and get up. I had to roll over onto my knees with my hands. I've got a bad hand. And I couldn't get up. The dog kept knocking me down. I lost my phone in the snow. It was just,
no. It's like I've fallen and I can't get
it
up.
was, but I can't admit that because my kids will get me an alert bracelet. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
So, hubby came home and goes, are you okay? He didn't know what had happened. He goes, are you all right? I said, I'm just a little stiff. I know when I hit, when you can hear your vertebrae crack, like when you get adjustment or something at the chiropractor. I felt it. I heard it. And I'm reveling in it because I survived.
Oh
I'm
my gosh.
kooky that way. But, and Lisa over at Yogi Hollow Farm, she says, you wouldn't go down the slide at the ice castles, but you'll fall backwards while you're by yourself on the farm into a snowbank. Well, snow's supposed to be soft and the ice was hard.
You just wanted to check it off your list for the day.
It's one and done. I won't be
It's
doing
over.
that again. And here I am talking about wearing a prairie dress, holding a guinea. She'd probably poke an eye out. So then I'll be wearing the prairie dress with a very fashionable eye patch. Hello, Bellyacres. Hello, the color drop. Did you get this? I made a one-armed snow angel. I had my little feet were going like this, like little windshield wipers. I didn't do the whole thing. And then I did this one arm. And then the dog kept coming up and getting in my face. And it's like, it was cold. I don't have the heater going right now. I've got my hat on because I'm a little chilled and I've got slippers on. I think tomorrow I saw something. I think the wind chill is going to be negative 28, I think.
Oh my.
I don't know. I didn't see that report. I just know that somebody on Facebook local said that they didn't think the kids should go to school tomorrow when it's going to be that cold. But it's cold here tonight. So it was cold in that snow. It was.
I can't imagine.
I made a snow gurney. Hello,
Yeah, was asked, did the dog make it like a snow angel with you too? Did he think he was helping?
No, but as she would run by, like the snow would fly in my face and she'd come lick my face and like get away from me. And thankfully there was no yellow snow. I don't think I landed on any little steamers that had gone through the snow. I don't think I had any of that, but I had a lot of fun. I'm hurting now and I'll pay for it for a couple days, but it's like my new motto of, time is precious, life is short, waste it wisely. Today, not so wise.
No, but you got some memories.
I made a memory. Nobody witnessed it. I do have it on video, but nobody witnessed it.
No.
So, Dick Early, what was your first job?
I worked at a car dealership.
You did?
Yes, as a secretary. I was hired in high school. I thought I was going to be some kind of a business professional, and they hired me as a temporary job, and then they ended up keeping me, and I ended up going into working into the service department, and then we had a rental car department, so I ended up becoming an assistant rental department manager, and then I got married, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye dealership. My husband's been at dealerships almost our entire marriage.
Oh my goodness.
So he's a tech. So
oh my.
I've been round and about in the dealerships. My first job, besides babysitting at a church, I worked at Tasty Freeze.
Oh.
I worked at Tasty Freeze, and I knew how to make the perfect little ice cream cones. And I cooked the hamburgers in the back. I've got a seam in my hat that bugs me. But it was, and I'm going to share this because it's late night, and even though this is family friendly, I'm going to share this because it's just one of those stories. Don't everybody have a heart attack? But it was my first job. I was 17 years old, had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And, I thought I'll just work here a few hours a day, make a little money and stuff. Well, I was a nursing mother.
Mm-hmm.
And at Tasty Freeze, we had to wear just jeans. We didn't have such things as no slide shoes. So like you'd stand at the grill and you just go, you'd slide towards the grill and then you'd back up and you'd slide towards the grill. But when I worked in the front doing the ice cream and everything, we had just regular shoes, regular pants, and then we had these brown polyester shirts, like polo shirts with orange sleeves. Polyester.
Oh, no.
And I would be making an ice cream, and somebody would come to the window to order something, and they'd have a baby, and the baby would cry.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Danny's going to join us, and then I'll finish this little story. Welcome, Danny. Let me fix this so we're not such big triangles here.
Hi, Danny.
That didn't work.
Hello.
That didn't work. We'll get it. Trying to make us even and not be
Hold on, trying to fix something. There we go. That's better.
It's not doing it the way I want it. There. Well, we'll just go back to the way this was. So I would be making an ice cream and a baby would cry and my milk would let down.
Oh my
Which would be, Danny, you're awfully pixelated, hun. I don't know if I need to take you out and have you come back in. Good morning, Yossi. It's 5:52 in the morning. You remember those shirts, Roberta? Yep. Where are your manners? Have a blessed evening. Thank you. Yes, it is a blessed evening. So, it's not like I could just stop what I was doing. And I know it happened to me a few times, but the one time I remember the most, oh my gosh, bikers had stopped in.
Oh, no.
So, it was one of those Tasty Freeze where they had the little tables outside, almost like it used to be, almost like a drive-up type of a situation, little burger joint. So they had all these little tables outside, and it was a little A-frame, almost like a Wiener Schnitzel. And some bikers had pulled in, and they were ordering some ice creams and stuff. And I'm making an ice cream cone, and I hear a baby cry. And, of course, all you have to do is think about your baby, and your milk will let down. And my hands are full of cones. My hands are full of cones, and my milk lets down. Well, milk doesn't soak into polyester.
No, it doesn't.
It just kind of comes to the outside and then rolls down the front.
Oh,
and here I am with these ice cream cones
gosh.
and these big burly bikers. And I'm just like, I've just got like Niagara Falls of milk coming out the front of this shirt. Oh my gosh. I'm laughing at it now, but at the time I was 17 and I was mortified. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Danny, you're getting a little better there. You were frozen there for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
making memories.
I'm walking the dog and I walked away from the house and the internet went, "Oh, hey, you're too far." So took a second to reconnect.
Hello, Belly acres. I went deep sea fishing. I was a nursing mom. The seagulls kept peeping. I got mastitis out at sea, 36 miles from the coast. Ouch. That's
the ouch.
Danny, what was your first job? We're doing an impromptu quickie for anybody who comes up on the panel. I'm lobbing questions.
Okay, so it depends. First job might have been hawking homemade crafts to the neighbors who bought them out of guilt because I was 7.
Mm-hmm.
I had Care Bear sheets and that I didn't use anymore, so I cut up the Care Bears out of the sheets, sewed them together and stuffed them and went door to door selling them to the neighbors for like 50 cents. If you want to talk about, first like W-2 job other than babysitting, I'm actually about I can see my first job from here. I used to work at the Stop and Shop near my parents' house.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
My kids went to Vacation Bible School, and it was an insect theme. And they came home from Vacation Bible School one day with a bag of plastic ants or plastic flies or something. And so they dumped out one of their toy bins, took out their shoestrings and made it so they could tie it around their neck and carry it. And they went door to door and sold plastic insects. And bless the neighbors, they bought them. And I know they're thinking, oh, those poor people down the street, they all must be starving because their children are out hawking plastic flies. And they still remember it because, you know, when I was going to do this, when I was first thinking about doing a Country Mama Quickie, and my son came over and he says, Mom, I don't think this is going to work. I said, let me ask you one of the questions. And that was the question that came up. It was like, what is the strangest thing you've ever done for money? And he said, I sold plastic ants and flies to the neighbors when I was 7 years old. Yep. Okay. He goes, well, then I guess this will work. Okay.
Well,
So
if you want to ask that question, I mean, I did birth 2 children for other people.
yes, that is a unique way to bring in some funds.
Dogs for a store in Salem, Massachusetts.
Go back towards the house. We're losing you.
Hold on. Hustle, hustle, hustle.
Oh, DeGirly, what's the worst habit you'll never break?
Overthinking things.
Oh, the mind monkeys.
Yes, and I admit to that one. I overthink things.
I do too. I can't help it. I think as women, I think we do that.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of inherent, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. Like I'll think
Woo!
about like
I almost did
getting the
Alicia.
car.
I almost wiped out in the snow.
Well, get where you're safe. Get where you're safe. And DeGirly's answering the latest question.
Okay, 1 second. I gotta take Alicia off the dog.
I'll get in the car and I'll think of like I know that I've like unplugged my straightener, and I'll get in my car and like, did I unplug my straightener? Did I unplug my straightener? I don't know. And I'll tell my husband, I don't think I unplugged my straightener, and I'll turn the car around.
Yes. You know what I found? If I verbally say it out loud, instead of just like, oh, I unplugged it and walked away. If I say it, okay, I've unplugged the straightener, it like will come back to me. Okay. Roberta's going to join us from Roberta's Artistic Adventures. Hello, Roberta.
Hello.
And Danny, I'm going to unmute you as soon as you get settled. I've got you muted so we don't hear you slipping in the snow. So Roberta, have you ever, I think you've attended Quickies before, haven't you?
I don't know why I hear a thing going in the back. I don't know what to do.
Turn off or mute your YouTube page because you're getting feedback. So you should be able to hear through the StreamYard page that you're in now. But I can't unmute yourself.
And
Try it again. One more time.
so what do I mute? I mute my computer?
You're good.
Okay.
You're good. You're good on StreamYard. Are you still getting feedback?
Yes.
Okay, so if you open, like you should have 2 tabs up on your, are you on a laptop or on your computer?
I'm on a laptop.
So on your laptop, you should see StreamYard and you should also see YouTube. If you were watching me on YouTube, just go over to that YouTube feed and just mute that.
Okay.
And Gail
I think
says,
I got
I
it.
wonder if I unplug my straightener. It sounds like me. So I think all of us girls, we go through things like that.
All right. I think I got it.
Okay, good. Wonderful. Lynette says she QC, what is that, quality controlled military training films when she was 12.
Oh.
My goodness. So Roberta, what was your first job?
My first job was working with my dad delivering the Miami Herald newspaper when I was about 10, 11, and 12.
Uh-huh.
We'd get about a couple thousand of newspapers, fold them and bag them, and then deliver them out all around the neighborhood out where I was living at the time in Florida. It was a lot of fun, but scary too.
Oh yeah, because you usually got to get out there like at
3 o'clock in the morning.
That's what I was going to say, about 4 in the morning. Oops, we lost Danny. 4 in the I went on a paper route with a friend one time, and I remember it was really early in the morning, but it was fun.
Yeah.
That was a fun memory. I remember doing that. So we've got Roberta taken care of. Hopefully Danny will be back and situated, and we'll get her. Oh, she's going to try again. This is going to be a comedy of errors, but let's do it again. There she is.
Sorry, I wanted to switch to my iPad now that I'm home.
Okay.
I'm very excited. I just got home because I worked both jobs today, and my Baker Creek order is here.
Ooh, more seeds. Look
Is
at
that
her
a
love
bunch
on
of
it. Look at
seeds?
that.
I finally got my catalog.
Woo.
Do you guys know, can you order out of last year's catalog too?
I don't know.
I
I
have
know
last
they have
year's.
a catalog.
I have last year's. I haven't ordered one for this year yet. I was going to see if I could order off of last year's. Danny, what is the worst habit you will never break?
Oh God, hitting the snooze button.
Oh, how many times do you hit
Repeatedly.
it? Repeatedly?
Oh God, it goes. I literally have my alarm set for 7. I have to leave the house by 8:30, and I usually hit it like, because my phone I can add like 5 minutes, so I'll like do it for like another half hour, and then like 15 minutes, and then like 5 minutes, and then finally I'm up.
And it's like 10:30 and you're like, oh, crud. Roberta, what's your worst habit that you'll never break?
I don't know.
You don't know? That's okay.
I don't know.
That's the funny thing about rapid fires. You're just not expecting them. Mine is I will be late everywhere I go for the rest of my life. I'm always late. I joke that I will be late to my own funeral.
Well, my friends, the rule is, tell Danny to be there a half an hour before you want her to be there.
That's
And
what I
tell
tell people too.
Tell me when you want me to be there, and I will be there 20 minutes late.
And then people will tell me, well, we want you there at 9. And I'm thinking, do you want me there at 9? Did you take the 30 minutes and already do that? Or do you know I'm going to be late and it really starts at 9:30? Or am I supposed to be there at 8:30 and you're supposed to tell me at 9? I don't know. I get it all mixed up. But then I start wondering if people start doing the math and mixing me up more. I do not miss hitting the snooze button.
See, I used to set my clock like 15 minutes ahead, but I knew it was 15 minutes ahead. So I would just do the math in my head and go, oh, I got 15 more minutes.
Right. And that doesn't work.
Yeah, it really does not work.
So
Yeah.
I was married.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I was married to a military guy. 15 minutes, you're on time. 15 minutes ahead, you're on time. 5 minutes early, you're late. So I
Right.
still got that drilled in my
Right.
head. So I'm always on time.
I am
And if I'm running
always
late, I've got a real
late.
reason for me being late.
Right.
And I start with good intentions. I'm always
Same.
like, I wasn't late. I haven't been late to my lives, like super late. But if
Me
I've
neither.
got an
Not-
appointment or a wedding or a baby shower or a birthday party, I'm coming in fashionably late.
Mhm.
And
Just
when
wait.
my nephew was getting married, I was late. Okay, there was a train. I couldn't help it. But I remember like when they would say, let us pray. And I would like sneak up the aisle. And when people would look, I'd sit. And the next time there was a distraction, I would sneak up a few more aisles so I could try to make it to the family seat. And it started being where like everybody was watching me sneak up, because this is allowed to sneak up an aisle. It's not like I'm stealthy.
Now, here's a question, Alicia. When is your birthday? Are you a Leo?
I am not. I'm a
You're not.
Taurus.
I was going to say, a Leo is never late. They are simply making an entrance.
No. I'm just bullheaded stubborn about being late to everything because I'm an April baby. I had to tell my kids to be there at least 30 minutes early. They're always late too. Huga says their habit they'll never break is junk food. I thought I'd say that too until I got this stupid diabetic
I take that
diagnosis,
back.
and now
So
junk
the
food's
habit I
out the
will probably
door.
never break is soda.
Soda.
I need to get
Drinking
rid of it.
water.
I need to get rid of it so bad.
Drinking soda is what got me putting like 100 pounds on, and it's really hard to get it off. So
Yeah.
yeah, the soda is really bad.
Yeah, I am the heaviest I've ever been right now at 175. Like,
And it's
I was
addictive.
Yeah.
So addictive.
It is. DeGirly, how's my gobbler looking?
It's looking gorgeous, darling. Gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. I've been doing my
But I
neck
don't
yoga.
ever notice those things. I mean, you and my mother, just put your neck out. That's what my grandmother says. Just hold it up.
Stretch
Just
it
do
out.
this. You can't see my gobbler. I showed
just
my
hold it
husband
up.
last night. I said, look, it's like all wrinkly. He goes, oh my gosh. And I said, don't do it. Don't do it. And he goes, you know what I'm going to do? I said, don't do it. Because if you've ever watched Boston Legal, the guy on Boston Legal always used to like to go up to Candace Bergen and just like play with her neck fat. And that's what he was going to do. Oh, Redbird.
Rude.
Brenda's an April baby too. I want to be late for my funeral. I made the You made the rehearsal? Rehearse with a hearse. I'm going to intentionally. I've already got it planned. If and when I die, if my hubby is still here, and I've already kind of got it all written down what I want here at the farm and everything. I'm going to have somebody deliver my ashes, but I'm going to tell them that I'm going to be here like at 2:00 for the funeral, and then I'm going to have them show up with my ashes at 2:30. and have them say she's always late to her own funeral. Huga says they have German friends. Germans take being on time seriously, so they've helped you stay on time. And Brenda's always 15 minutes early. I never had that instilled in me. I mean, I can still remember chasing after the bus to go to school going, stop, because I'm always late. Oh gosh. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with Roberta on this one. If you went to space, what planet would you visit first? It's okay, you can say it.
Jupiter.
Jagirly?
Uranus.
Yay! I was waiting for Danny was going, darn it, she took my answer. It's Uranus.
I know it's Uranus, but Uranus. Woohoo!
Uranus here.
No, you know what? Pluto, because F it, that's a planet.
Yeah, is it a planet? Isn't it a planet? Is it a dog? I would want to go to Pluto too, but you got to at least see Uranus. I mean, whoever thought to change it to Uranus? Uranus is so much more fun.
Exactly. I like it better.
Danny, which movie made you laugh the most?
There's been a lot of good ones. I don't know, if I need a good laugh, I want to just have just a great time because I'm having a crummy day. I'll put on The Princess Bride every time.
Oh, inconceivable.
Good one.
Anybody want a peanut? Girly, what about you?
Sweet Home Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama. That's a good one. Roberta?
I think it's called Mother's Night Out. It was a Christian movie that was put out about 2 or 3 years ago.
Is it a funny one? I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, it is. It's really funny because the mothers have to go out and the dads are watching the kids, and some really silly hijinks end up taking place. It's pretty funny. I can't tell the story, obviously.
Well, no, you'll give it away, but I'm sure it's something that as moms we relate to. I think the one that made me laugh the most was Rat Race. I laughed myself into two asthma attacks. We're in a race.
Wow.
2 asthma attacks watching that movie.
Oh my God, Whoopi Goldberg. We came on the rocket car.
What made me laugh the most is when he was when this one guy he's hanging onto a rope on a hot air balloon and he keeps hitting the cows. I just laughed until I almost died. Oh my god.
Okay, not a comedy movie so much, but Twister.
Mm.
That one doesn't make me laugh as much, but there was a movie that came out maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and it was one of those Twister movies with all the tornadoes and the airplanes are being lofted up. And I just laughed and laughed and laughed because it was so unrealistic. Because when you live where there's tornadoes, I'm sorry, you're not going to hold open a door while you try to tell somebody to run with you to shelter. And then when you got all sucked up in the air while you're hanging onto the door, and then the next scene, your suit is perfectly pressed.
No.
I think I laughed the most when he almost got sucked out of a manhole. This man was in a drainage ditch or in like underneath the street, and the tornado came and it took the manhole cover off, and he got sucked out butt first, folded in half in this manhole cover, and his butt was stuck out of this manhole cover. And I was just laughing hysterically. And people were looking at me going, what's going on? But I think one movie that I'm going to share it this way. I had the most laughs when 50 Shades of Grey came to town. Because we live in a very small town, and I had attempted to, actually, I took a dare from a coworker to listen to the audiobook for 50 Shades of Grey. It was horrible. The person who read it was horrible. So it was almost like it was a challenge to see if you could even finish listening to the audiobook for this book. So we knew what it was about. We'd listened to it on the way home from work. So my husband knew what the book was about. But so when it comes to town, it's like, let's go watch 50 Shades of Grey. And because the thing is, you live in such a small community, it's like, you're going to see all these ladies at the grocery store, right? So we're sitting there, and we've got there's only one other man in the entire theater. My hubby and one man way over there. And hubby says real loud so that the people around us can hear, goes, now what's this movie about again? And I said, it's about an eccentric millionaire that races really fancy race cars. He's like, oh, I'm going to like this. And that's all we said. And you could see the women in front of us turn around and look at us and then come back around. And so we're partway through the movie, and they get to one of the steamier scenes, and it's real quiet. You can hear a pin drop. And he leans over, he goes, when does he drive the race cars? And all of the women around us, you could just see their shoulders start to shake because what's he talking about? I said, oh, soon, honey, soon. Just wait. He'll race the cars in a little bit. And he did it twice. And it's all done. The women just turned and looked at him. He was sitting in his chair like, oh, like he was totally in shock, clutching his pearls because of what the whole movie was about. We had so much fun with that. It was hysterical. Hello, Daz. Cool Runnings.
Yes.
Cool Runnings is a good one, Cars.
Oh, Cool Runnings is.
I loved your interview with Alicia Mate. Oh, Yossi. He's talking to Yossi. Was watching the entire thing when it was live. I'm glad you're here, Daz. We're just doing, and it's like it was pointed out. We got a little four-way going here. DeGurley. Did I ask you what was your movie that made you laugh the most? I don't think I asked you, did I?
Yeah, you did. Sweet Home Alabama.
That's right.
That's okay.
Head wound,
That's okay.
falling in the snow, and I've got a headache, so I'm just going to blame it on that. So let's start with DeGurley. If you were a potato, what way would you like to be prepared?
Hmm.
I would like to be baked with topped with marshmallows and some cinnamon butter.
So you're a sweet potato. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going sweet potato.
I'm thinking a russet with marshmallows.
Right.
Look,
I'm sweet on the inside here. I'm kind of plumpy, but I'm sweet on the inside.
Everybody up on our live panel. Everybody wish Joe happy birthday over at Garden State Gardener. Everybody in the chat, make sure you wish Joe happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So Roberta, what kind of potato would you be? How would you like to be prepared?
My favorite way to have a potato is to have it baked with slathered with a lot of butter and then some ketchup.
Okay.
And then everybody looks at me like,
No, that's
Yeah.
good.
But it's kind of like
Yeah.
French fries, only they're just not fried. But
They're just
it's a
soft.
different way to have it.
It works.
Danny, what about you?
All right, those little potatoes, smashed, brushed with butter, sprinkle of salt, little bit of cheese, and some bacon.
Almost kind of like
Oh,
a
yeah.
garlic smasher.
Bacon.
Yum.
Ooh, ever have brie mashed potatoes? Oh, I make those on
No, I
Thanksgiving.
haven't.
Yummy.
It
So
sounds good.
creamy, so creamy. Just
I think I just want
mashed
to be.
potatoes and a whole block of brie, and just
Oh, I want to be a waffle fry.
ooh, waffle fries are delicious.
I want to be a waffle fry, and I want little kids to play tic-tac-toe. I'm a waffle fry. If you're going to be devoured, you might as well have
That's
a little
right.
fun
Be
before you go.
creative.
Roberta, if you could be a contestant on any game show, which one would you choose?
The dating game.
The dating game.
That was always so much fun.
That did look like a lot of fun, didn't it?
Yeah.
Say cheese au gratin. Call me tater salad. Tater tot. What about you, Danny?
It's a toss-up. Either A&E's Alone, because I love like survival stuff, like,
Mm-hmm.
or The Voice.
Game show?
It's a reality. I mean,
Okay.
it's competition.
I want to be, if I were to be on a game show, did I ask the girlie yet? I see, I'm losing
No, you
track.
keep going. I want to hear. You're fine.
Remember Nickelodeon where they'd have to reach up inside the nose to get the flag with all the
Double
snot?
Dare.
Double Dare.
Ah.
I would like to do Double Dare. Could I survive Double Dare? No. In my heart and in my soul, the little girl in me would love to do Double Dare and jump around in a bunch of slime, but I know it would probably be the end of me. But I mean, who would want to be carried out on a stretcher with a bunch of slime up to their elbow? I mean,
hey,
imagine explaining that in the emergency room.
it's a good time. Well, I mean, I've got stitches on my, like a scar on my hand from stitches that we told the ER was a barn maintenance accident, because it did happen in the barnyard, but there may or may not have been some swords involved.
Oh no.
And no alcohol.
You were just really rambunctious. DeGirlie, what about you?
I wish it was a game show in some way, but first thing came to my brain was whose line is it anyway? But it's
I
not really
love
a
whose
game
line is
show.
it
Oh,
anyway?
yeah.
There are
Yeah, I would-
points, so it counts.
There are, even though
may
it's
But they
not
don't
not
have
count.
There
points,
are points.
they don't
But they
count.
don't count.
No, but that's like been my favorite show for years and
Yes.
years. And I love
Ryan Stiles
improv.
and Colin Mockery are just like the best.
Oh my
I
gosh,
love
my
watching
son
it.
reached out. My son reached out to Colin Mockery and he got him to do a video for Christmas, like a 30-second video or 60-second. And it was like he said, "Oh, your bald head is so gorgeous." Well, I'm just being G-rated on the show, but talking about how gorgeous and hot my husband's bald head was and how big heads are just the thing. And Merry Christmas to my husband. And it just made my husband stay.
Was it like
Cool.
a cameo thing?
It was. It was.
That is
That's
great.
cool.
That was his Christmas present 2 years ago. I love it.
That would be a fun show to go to sit in the audience.
Oh,
I always tried to imagine what it would be like to sit in the audience and then be pulled up and have Wayne Brady sing some impromptu song about you. That would be
wow.
hysterical.
I would volunteer. I would
Oh, yeah.
volunteer. Pick me.
I wouldn't just do that. I'd be like running down the aisles and security would have to carry me out because there'd be no stopping me. That's another, I was at a concert, a Freddie Fender concert, and I did the whole sneaking up when nobody was looking. I snuck all the way to the stage and he held my hand while he sang. Before I was escorted back to my seat, I snuck all the way, because everybody was really well behaved and there was seating. It wasn't like everybody was just standing and he was on stage. So I just got out of my seat and I just snuck up a little further each time. And I finally made it to the stage and he reached his hand out and he sang Wasted Days and Wasted Nights. I'd rather have, the song Before the Next Teardrop Falls, because then I felt like he was telling me I was a wasted day and wasted night. But,
I noticed a theme here about Alicia sneaking up little by little in rows of seats.
That's true.
I do.
Second story so far.
I did it on a bus once, and I made it all the way to the front of a bus on a tour bus, and I took the microphone and then I told jokes on the little thing to everybody riding the bus. It was great. That was on the trip up to Vegas. They asked me to come back. Here's an old school one. We'll start with the girly. Looking back at your childhood, what was your favorite school lunch item? Good night, Belly Acres.
Oh gosh. The macaroni and cheese came to mind.
Okay.
And actually, my husband and we would like share breakfast. I have known my husband since I was 4 years old. He was 5.
Oh.
We go way back. And so we would like share our lunches too.
Uh-huh.
So I remember that. Yeah, we used to play on the playground and everything. We've got good memories.
You have such wonderful memories.
Yeah. So, but I remember, I don't know why, macaroni and cheese came to mind.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Roberta?
I grew up out here in the Kentucky area, and freeway chili was my favorite lunch item.
And what exactly is freeway chili?
It's three-way.
Oh, three-way.
So it's
where I grew up, freeway chili was something entirely different, but three-way chili.
Yeah. Three-way chili is where you have your spaghetti noodles, then you have the chili, and then you have the cheese. But it doesn't taste like regular chili. It's a different kind of a taste.
Like a chili mac.
With
spaghetti.
It's kind of hard to describe because like it's in the Cincinnati area, and Cincinnati chili has that cinnamony taste.
Now here in Iowa, when you would get chili in school, it was served with a cinnamon roll, and it would be a cinnamon roll with the chili on top.
Isn't that interesting?
And it's delicious. Don't knock it till you try it.
Right.
Danny, what about you?
I'm gonna have to say, like, I wasn't a fan of most of what we had, but I don't know. I used to get a roast beef sub a lot. They somehow made really good sandwiches. The pizza was terrible, which rude.
How could they do that?
Oh, but they had these giant chocolate chip cookies that you could buy at my high school, and they were soft and like cooked just enough so that you don't get salmonella, but they're still like doughy. Oh, those things were so good.
Yeah.
They were cooked just the right amount.
I was one of those unfortunate children. Actually, I'm going to change. I was just going to say something. I was going to say that I was unfortunate enough that the pizza was the highlight, but sloppy joes. I liked it when we would have sloppy joes.
Oh, we had taco meat in elementary school that was actually really good for elementary school taco meat, but delicious.
I remember we used to pick up trash around the school so we could get a lunch ticket so we could, have a hot lunch because that was before the free lunch program where we were. And, you'd have to brown bag it, and we didn't have much to begin with because we were pretty, mom would, here you go. Here's a dented can with no label on it. Have a great day at school. So
yeah, sometimes I'd end up at school with no lunch, and like the lunch ladies would like grab a hamburger bun and throw some peanut butter and jelly on it and go, here you go.
Yeah. That's where they're like, here's a bag. If you go out and pick up 20 pieces of trash, I'll get you some lunch. So, but Joe says he loves the three-way chili.
I went to school in Japan. I went to kindergarten, and then I went to first grade in Okinawa. And we would have tea cakes and rice cakes and lots of different interesting foods. And they even took us one time out to watch some sumo wrestlers. So those were like my first memories of school. So it was pretty interesting.
Dinner and a show.
Yeah, really. What a show, though. Sumo wrestlers?
I guess so. Danny, if you were in the Olympics, what would be your event?
Falling over the hurdles. No. I don't know. I am not coordinated. Jeez.
I'm not saying you have to be coordinated. It doesn't have to be an actual event. You can make up your own event.
Oh, falling over the hurdles then, yeah.
Okay. Roberta?
Oh, wait, no. I would be on the equestrian team.
On the equestrian
Oh,
team.
I like that one.
Okay.
I
Roberta?
would do dressage.
Mine would be running. I always love to run.
Nice. The girly?
Mine would be speed walking because that's about as good as it's gonna get.
Mine would be impromptu synchronized snow angels. I
You're
didn't win the gold today, but I do get an honorable mention. I have to share with you guys. So when I went out earlier to do this impromptu snow angel, I had a coat on, my hat, my gloves, and I put my boots on, but I had on, and I wore my cowboy boots, so they were slick. That's why I couldn't stand up. And I wore my pajama bottoms, okay? So I checked earlier, and I split out the back of my pajama bottoms. Here's a tear. That's how hard I hit.
Wow.
That's how hard. I didn't split the crotch. I literally split the butt of those pajama bottoms because I hit so hard when I hit the ground. I'm not going to show everybody. Love you all too much. Danny, if you could be any animal, what would you be?
Wolf.
A wolf. Interesting.
Hmm.
Roberta?
I don't know. Eagle.
Eagle?
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty
Girly?
majestic animal.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be a giraffe. I'm vertically challenged, so I want to be
Same.
tall.
I could see that. I want to be a baby beluga.
Swimming in the deep blue sea.
Swimming in the, or a manatee. Like a
Ooh,
sea
nice
cow,
warm,
just
nice
hanging
warm
out
ocean.
in the shallows, people coming out and giving me lettuce all the time. I would do that. So, girly, what's the best purchase you've made this year? And that could be the last 12 calendar months.
Well, I put a down payment on a Harvest Right freeze dryer
Wow.
today.
Freeze dryer envy already starting.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll have to keep us updated on that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I wanted to do that last year, and I had my boys get married, so it was like 2 weddings or Harvest Right. Take your pick. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's a hard decision. Sorry, boys.
I know. Well,
Have you thought of
now
eloping?
I'm not got a grandbaby coming, so I'm glad
Aw.
I waited, so
Yeah, that'll
But-
be fine.
but yeah, so
Roberta?
that's the best purchase.
That's good. What about you, Roberta?
My purchase last year was buying a new car, but it was actually a used car. So my daughter bought the car new at the end of 2019, and she wanted a different car, and I needed a new car because I had to drive from Ohio to Arkansas to go help with 7 grandkids over there. So I bought her car. So that was nice because I was able to hang out with a lot of the YouTube family out there.
Oh, good. We're going to say goodnight to Brenda. Brenda's heading out for the night.
Good
Hugo
night,
Homestead said that if
Brenda.
they were in the Olympics, it would be curling. With hot rollers or a curling iron, I want to know. Hugo. Danny, how about you? What was the question? What was the best purchase you made this last year?
I think I was probably most excited to get a fridge in my new kitchen.
Nice.
My makeshift kitchen.
It's coming together beautifully.
It is.
I think for me, the most thing I was excited about this last year was we bought Cletus. We brought Cletus home, and I've enjoyed Cletus very much. Cletus is my 0-turn lawnmower, my John Deere 0-turn. So hubby got me a 0-turn, so I thought that was really great. Danny, what's your favorite cartoon character?
You guys will have no clue who this is. Toph Beifong.
Oh, I love him.
No, there's an animated series called Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes.
It's much more my kids' generation, but the show itself is actually very entertaining for adults, and Toph's a badass. So
Okay.
she's a little blind kid who's like super powerful, and she's just like, I don't need anybody, and
She's independent.
It's kind of me right now.
There.
With a
There you
lot of
go.
things.
DeGirly, what about you? What's your favorite cartoon character?
Mater.
Oh, Mater. Very sweet. Very sweet. Roberta?
Davy and Goliath.
Oh, I
Really
love growing up
old.
with Davy and Goliath. I loved that. I forget who it was.
My God, my childhood.
I was watching something the other day, and gosh, I can't remember who it was. They were the voice of Davy. It's some actor. His mother was the voice of Davy and Goliath.
Oh.
And I can't remember who it was. I have to look that up because I was so intrigued to learn that. I used to love Underdog.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Underdog.
With the U on his little belt.
Yes.
Yes.
Underdog.
I take it back. She-Ra,
Warrior Princess She-Ra.
Princess of Power.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so Roberta, describe your weekend in one word. This last weekend, not next weekend. We don't know what's happening.
Yeah. This weekend has not been a good one because my daughter's had the virus. So it's been busy. Well, we've been working on the she tore apart the bathroom in the house. We have a 2-story house with a basement, and she took out the whole full bathroom that we have. We only have one full bathroom. The other is just a toilet down the stairs. So she took out the whole bathroom before I left in September to go to Arkansas, and it's never gotten done. So when I came home, I'm like, when is this going to get done? So I finally got her in started to work on that. So she's been sick. She started feeling better. So that's what we got started working. So I'm excited because we might actually be able to start taking a bath and a shower in a regular, because we have a portable bathtub that we've been using.
I've been there.
So
I think I did. Somebody's got feedback. Daz over at my Aussie Garden says that his favorite cartoon character was Quick Draw McGraw.
Oh, good one.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one, Daz. DeGirly, what about you?
I was sick.
So that's your weekend in a nutshell.
are you better now?
Yeah, I had my annual cold. I went and got the test, and it was negative. But it was my annual cold. I lost my voice and everything. So yeah, I took my elderberry and vitamin C, D, and zinc, and
there you go.
That's what I do too.
Yep. Danny, what about you? What one word describes your weekend?
Busy. It was busy.
Nice. I'm going to describe mine as magical.
I know.
With her snow angels.
Well, I got to go to an ice castle.
Oh, that's right.
The ice castle was magical. DeGirly, what's your favorite dessert?
Oh, anything chocolate. Yeah, anything.
Anything chocolate. Roberta?
Anything.
Lemon meringue pie.
Oh,
Homemade.
that sounds
store-bought.
good. That sounds good. Good morning, Blue Pixie. Busy is my best description of life. It's better to be busy than not. Danny, what about you? What is your favorite dessert?
I was actually showing this to the kids that I nanny for today when I was looking through some pictures and found this thing. When I was a teenager, my friends and I had like a special dessert we would make at our sleepovers because we were lame teenagers that actually stayed home and did sleepovers. Um, but we would get an Oreo pie crust and fill it with a layer of chocolate pudding, cheesecake pudding, and then Cool Whip, and then top it with chocolate chips.
Ooh,
And we call
yum.
it the pie. And it's
I love a
terrible
good,
for you, but
just love a
delicious.
good dump cake. Give me a good dump cake. I like
Mm.
the cherry.
Cherry.
I like a cherry dump cake with a white cake batter and almonds. I love that because I'll usually make one and we can't finish it the first night, and then I have it for breakfast the next morning, and I haven't had one in months, and I'll probably never enjoy one again. This will be interesting. Roberta, how many languages do you speak?
I speak English fluently, and I speak a little Japanese and a little Spanish.
Nice. Ichi nansi goruku seki achi kipu.
Yes. Ichinisi.
Ichi ni sansi go.
Yes.
I can
1,
count
2,
to
3,
10
4,
for
5,
those of you who
6.
couldn't
Yeah.
get that.
Domayo gozaimasu. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Gozaimasu.
Girly, do you speak anything other than English? Girly?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were talking to me.
She speaks silence very well. That was a great demonstration of silence.
So I actually understand Japanese pretty well. My grandfather could speak it fluently. He was stationed over there, so he used to speak it all the time. And I lived there for a while, so I know Skoshi, Tori wa doko desu ka, and Ohayo gozaimasu. I also taught English to the Japanese in my home, so I got to go and have lunch with them, and then they would also teach me things too. So I learned a little bit over there. And then my daughter makes fun of me because I can't say my birthday right because I'm an April baby. And I can't do it in Spanish. My daughter can speak Spanish fluently, so I'm gonna make fun of myself because I can't roll my R's. So it's abril.
I can't
but I
either.
April.
So yeah, no, I'm very good in English. I knew how to ask for the bathroom in Japan because I was pregnant twice over there. But English is their second language too. So if you get over to Japan and you get lost, they'll speak English. You just open up your mouth and start speaking, and they'll help you out. So I didn't pick the language up very well. And I also learned a little bit of kanji. It was very important to learn how to get back home. So my train station looked like a shake and 3 French fries. So that I needed to go home to. So I always look for a shake and 3 French fries. I'll never forget that. That meant home. So
There you go.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Danny, what about you?
I took 5 years of German through middle and high school, and I feel like I don't remember any of it, but then I've watched a few shows lately that had a lot of German in them, like the show Hannah on Amazon Prime, and there's a lot of German speaking in it, and I'm like, oh, I actually don't need the subtitles. I couldn't remember it to speak it, but like hearing it, I'm like, oh, okay, I get the gist of what they're saying. But I really wish that I had not taken German and that I had taken Spanish instead, because I'm starting to pick it up. I've got a little smattering of it, but it would have been far more useful. So I made both my kids take Spanish.
Yeah, it is a useful
one of them wanted to take Latin, and I'm like, don't.
You won't do anything with it.
No.
I know a couple of phrases in Spanish. I did have a friend teach me some very nice French phrases to say to the boy who sat behind me in 4th period. And I speak sarcasm very, very well.
Oh, I'm fluent.
I'm fluent in the sarcasm. Okay, Roberta, which of the 7 dwarves describes you the best?
Grumpy.
Oh, he's loved. The girly?
Half grumpy, half happy, depending on what you want.
I don't think there's a bipolar dwarf in here. Danny?
Sleepy.
Sleepy? I'm sleepy. I guess
You're
if we're
sleepy.
gonna mix them up, I'm a little sleepy, I'm a little dopey. I mean, let's be honest. We already talked about drinks. I shuffled, but I accidentally shuffled some plain ones in here too. Oh, this is a good one. Girly, what's your favorite thing to do on a rainy day?
Go outside and stomp in the puddles.
Ooh,
Oh,
fun.
that's so much fun.
That is
Yeah.
fun. Roberta?
My favorite thing to do is to make cards, do art journaling.
Nice. Very nice. Danny?
I will usually snuggle up in bed with my puppy and either read a good book or watch a movie. And if I'm watching a movie, I'm usually like doing something like my budget or making plans for gardens and things in my notebook.
Nice. I like to just cuddle up with a blanket and have the curtains open and watch the rain hit the window and just be warm and cuddly and cozy.
I like that with snow.
Ah, yes. I didn't get to enjoy our first snow because it was coming down sideways, but I like it when it falls in big, beautiful flakes and I can just enjoy it. But this last storm was wicked.
Yeah, we're getting a nor'easter with about a foot of snow on Friday.
And I'm thinking next week you guys might be really in for something.
Yeah.
All of you on the East Coast. I saw some projected models for the weather next week, and you're talking stuff that you guys haven't seen since '93.
Oh,
Don't tell me that, because 2015 was 3 feet of snow, and then a week later, 3 feet of snow, and then a week later, 3 feet of snow. Please tell.
No, I'm hearing if the weather patterns come together the way that they're projecting, it's truly something that the Northeast has not seen since '93.
Yikes. 93, I was able to jump off the second floor porch of my house into snow because I was 12 and we were stupid.
So if I did that today, my butt would still hit the ground with a thud.
It was not light and fluffy like you'd think it was, because
No,
it
it's
just
not.
packs down. Who did
hard.
not do that?
It is not.
Nobody broke a leg, but
okay. The next question is, and we're going to start with DeGurley, then go to Roberta, then go to Danny. I'm going to close my camera off for a second because my little blind dog needs to get down off the bed. What was your favorite childhood game? And go.
I liked to play hide and go seek.
Mine was Foursquare.
Foursquare was so fun. I'm gonna say Monopoly, and that fits because I'm a real estate agent now.
I like to say, don't pass go. Don't collect $200 all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just keep going.
How many times have you said that to your kids?
Way too many times. And I don't think they fully understand what that means. Even though we've played it, I don't think they fully get it. Yeah.
And I'm back just in time. I only heard a little bit, but my favorite childhood game was Jacks.
Oh, yes.
Love to play Jacks. We would play for hours.
Yeah.
Until my friend's dad would step on one, and then we could go all the way up to 10s. We could only go to 9s.
Yeah.
And then we'd lose one and we'd get distracted. And then like the next day we could only go to 8s. And then
did you play Chinese jump rope too?
We did double Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marbles.
Yeah.
Marbles. I was a queen at marbles. Oh yeah.
I think the Jacks was the best because when us girls, I lived with another family for a while and there were 2 girls. And so the 3 of us were like 3 musketeers, and we didn't have TV. We lived up on a farm. And so when we get all of our chores done, we loved to play Jacks. And then we would also play double Dutch. So that was kind of fun. All right, let's do a couple more. We're at a little over an hour. So, DeGirly, what is your current guilty pleasure?
Oh gosh. I think I've just been watching a lot of YouTube how-to videos here lately. That has been my guilty pleasure.
It's a good one. It's a good
Yeah.
one. Danny, what about you?
I don't know. I don't know.
You think
Come back
about
to me.
it.
I gotta think.
You think about it. We're going to ask Roberta what's her current guilty pleasure.
Mine is being on YouTube lives a lot, as many as I could be, so I can meet more people and get more connected in the
good.
communities. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Well, I did just finally start a regular live, like I've been saying I'm going to do for 6 months. So I'm setting up my people.
Yay!
Yay!
Somebody this Wednesday, but after that.
Congratulations.
Joe wants everybody to know he knows some Polish. He speaks Polish. Kielbasa, pierogies, and cabbage rolls. And Lakrita says
good.
they play jacks like their lives depended on it. Right, wifey? Oh my gosh. We did too. I mean, if you tell us we couldn't play jacks, we would burst out in tears. And you're talking 3 tweens. You know, we were like little hormonal little powder kegs, and you don't let us play jacks, you're going to hear about it. I think my current guilty pleasure has been researching just different little destinations for our cupcake stuffing, for our piñata stuffing, because we're going to be planning a trip. So I wasted a lot of time today researching a place that has themed motel rooms.
That has what?
Themed motel rooms, like a motel room might be like a jungle or on the moon or a cave. I let you down off the bed. So I wasted a lot of time doing that today, even though it's not on one of our destinations. But I've been just doing a lot of trip planning. So that's been my thing.
I've been looking for something to do for vacation. I'm either going to go to Wyoming to the Pryor Mountains and see the herd of wild horses up there that I've been following online for like 10 years. The Pryor Mountain herd, or maybe both. Like looking at going like a dude ranch type of thing, but like I don't want to just be like, oh, we get one little trail ride a day. No, for like an hour and we walk. No, I want to go out and like do things on horseback. I don't want to.
You want to do the whole city slickers experience.
Yes.
Yes. Except I know what to do on the horse, but so like I don't want to just go on a little walk, because I can do that here for $20. Well, maybe not anymore, more like 40, but I can do that 20 minutes from my house.
Right.
So,
I'd like to do something like that, and I know what to do on a horse, but I think my hip flexors right now would say, hey, lady, this ain't happening. I would instantly seize up as soon as I try to straddle a horse. I know my muscles
I got to
would
figure out what
retaliate.
to do about my dead leg, as I'm calling it at the moment. I had an EMG in my leg today, like where they zap your leg and test all your nerve endings, because
I hate those.
My right leg from my knee down for the last couple of months has felt like it's in a compression sock, or like when you have like a blood pressure cuff on and you know how the rest of your arm just goes. It's felt like that and tingly for 6-8 weeks. Well, no longer than that, because October. And everything's totally
let him
normal.
outside. Keep talking. Here's the next question while I'm letting that poor little puppy outside. I mean, he's already tinkled on the floor. If you could only watch one reality show for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I don't watch TV, so I don't have an answer for that.
I don't really watch a lot of reality shows. I guess maybe like MasterChef.
Oh, I know. I mean, if it can be anything, it's not really a reality show, but I like the British baking show.
I do
I
like
mean,
that.
it's not really
Yeah.
reality because I don't want to do Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I mean, like,
Yeah.
not my thing.
I don't really do
And
reality TV.
The only reality type thing I like are like the Bear Grylls type shows. I love those kind of things.
And that's the survival one, right?
Yeah, and I don't know if they still have those on. I don't watch TV at all. I just watch YouTube all day.
I would have to agree with Daz for me. Survivor.
Yeah.
If I could watch that, if
Survivor
that's
would
the
be
one
really fun
reality
to
show,
be on.
Survivor.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could. I agree. I could watch that. Is that even still on air?
Yeah. Not that I have TV to know, but I do know that like on Facebook, they update
Oh,
stuff
I'm
that
on
they
this.
have current stuff. And Top Chef, I do like watching the cooking ones sometimes, but I
Mhm.
think I would
I
watch
love-
Survivor all the time. You know, I got up and the dog never did go outside. The other dogs went outside, but he went over to a pillow and now he's just looking dazed and confused. We've had him coming up 10 years now, and he was between 5 and 7 when we got him. So he's old. He's blind, but he's just the love of my life. I love that little pooch. So I'll be getting up again in a second to make sure everybody else gets inside so they don't become coyote fodder.
Oh.
Let's do, okay, here comes my little one, my little gimpy dog.
my little dog sitting here on the floor, you might hear her. She's a 14-year-old and she snores. So if you hear somebody snoring, it's my 14-year-old dog.
We have a little dog and she's not that old, but she's a little Karen Terrier. And when she lays in my lap and she goes to sleep, she must have a deviated septum. I don't know if she had a coke addiction or something when she was a teenager, but she snores like I've never heard a dog. It's not like she's a pug or a bulldog. She's a terrier and she snores like no end. And no, Daz, I won't do that again.
My dog has. I was gonna pull her on camera because she loves to. You know how Mia loves to shove her face in on camera. But
Yes.
she has told me that why is the light on? It is time for bed. She's put herself under the blanket next to me completely, just like, nope, I'm out.
She's done. She's done.
Mhm.
Well, let's finish up with one last question. We're going to go clockwise. We're starting with DeGurley.
Okay.
So clockwise means it will go DeGurley to Roberta, to Danny, to me. Describe, and this is the last question. So after this, we'll say our good nights. We'll say good night to everybody in the chat right now. And thank everybody for joining us tonight for a impromptu, fun little four-way. So, DeGurley, knowing what you know, describe the person next to you with one word. So you're going clockwise.
So Roberta would be the person next to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd like to hear more about you, actually. I think you live a pretty interesting life, and having something in common. I think that's kind of cool. The Japanese thing, that's something new to me. So it's nice to know somebody else can speak Japanese, and so I think that's pretty cool. And lived over there too, so kind of cool.
Yeah, so she said interesting. She thinks you're interesting, Roberta. So this is going to be like the dating game. You said yours. I'm going to say goodnight to you and take you out of the chat. Bye, DeGurley. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you, DeGurley.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night. Goodbye. What
Good
am I doing?
night. Bye-bye.
There
Bye.
you go. Whoops.
Bye.
Okay. Roberta, you were next. About Danny. Describe Danny in one word.
I think Danny is a very fun person. I mean, she has a lot of the characteristics of what I like and the things that she likes to do. She's very interesting and silly and funny. I know tonight with is it one word or should I? I
You're
mean,
expounding on the one word. That's fine.
yes. Okay, I mean, it's been interesting the whole night with trying to come on with the live, and then coming and laying across the bed with her being on the panel. That's been interesting.
That's always the way that she poses herself for any live she's in. She's just
I've
relaxed.
never seen her on a live
hips hurt.
before.
My hips hurt.
Oh, well,
So-
I know you were telling me about your leg. So,
Mhm.
yeah, but yeah, very funny person, and I find her very interesting. I want to learn more about her. I have to watch her channel.
Yeah, she would
And
appreciate
likewise.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, Roberta, thank you so much
Nice
for
to meet
joining
you,
us.
Danny.
Nice
And
to
just
meet you.
like what's his name on Dating Game, we'll send you out with a kiss. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. And then there's Danny. I'm getting her out of the studio there. Danny.
And then I get to describe Alicia.
I know, it's like tooting my own horn.
I'm gonna go with vivacious.
Conceited, narcissistic, vivacious.
Yes.
I like
You're
that
very
word.
like just
I like that word.
yes.
Sometimes I like
It
to think I'm a
immediately
little
came to mind. So
Meg Ryanish.
yeah, there you go.
Well, thank you for that. That was lovely. Lovely. Cars Car, have a good night, everybody. Good night, Garden State Gardener, Creative. That was lovely. Good night, Grace and Fire. Good night, Wifey. And Cars Car again. Thank you so much for joining me, Danny, for this little impromptu. And I know we're going to have our own private little quickie someday.
Mhm.
But I was
you'll
glad that you were able to pop in on this one.
Yeah, I'll have to snag you for a Wednesday night. Make you my guest.
There we go. That sounds like a
I have
plan.
space.
Catch me on a day where I'm not breaking my back doing snow angels.
Right? Yep.
I'll survive. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Last week.
Huh?
I had Lisa last week.
Oh,
On
yes,
vacation.
yes. I'd love to join you someday.
Yeah. All right.
So, goodbye, friend. Mwah! Just like the dating game. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Good night, everybody. Thank you for the ladies to come up and just spend a little time with just a little impromptu Q&A. That was fun. My guest was not able to attend that I had scheduled. And I'm sure that, there's so many things going on in the world right now. Just probably got busy, or hopefully they're not ill. Hopefully everything is okay over their channel. But I'm so glad you guys were able to join me tonight. And we'll see maybe about joining everybody, getting together again on coffee chat on, what is that, Wednesday mornings. Grab a coffee and we'll just sit and talk. I'll talk a little bit more about our trip up to Minnesota and how we almost died on the way home and all those crazy, crazy things. So good night, everybody. Sweet dreams. Laquita, I appreciate it so much. You guys take care of yourself, take care of each other, and have a blessed night and a blessed week. And we will talk to you again soon. Good night, everybody.